Every month you receive your paycheck, and somehow it just vanishes before you even realize it. Rent, groceries, bills, a few small treats here and there, and suddenly you're left wondering, where did it all go? It feels like no matter what you do, there's just never enough. You feel overwhelmed, thinking budgeting is just for people who have a lot of money. But all these problems we just talked about have one simple solution: budgeting. Budgeting is the key to turning things around and finally gaining control of your finances. No matter how little you earn, budgeting helps you make the most of it and build financial stability bit by bit. You don't need to be wealthy to benefit from budgeting. It's for everyone, even beginners. And if you're just starting out and have no idea what to do or how to budget, this video is perfect for you. In today's video, we're going to walk you through the top 10 tips on how to start budgeting, even if your income is on the lower side. These tips are simple, practical, and designed to help you get started without feeling overwhelmed. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan to take charge of your finances and start seeing real progress. And now, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. Let's get started and make budgeting something that works for you, not against you. Tip 1. Use real numbers. The first tip on how to start budgeting for beginners with little income is to use real numbers. For a budget to work and be successful, you need to base it on actual numbers, not just guesses or estimates of what you think you're spending. It's super important to know exactly how much money is coming into your household and how much is going out every single month. This is the key to creating a successful budget that you can stick to. A lot of us tend to underestimate how much we're spending, especially on things like groceries, entertainment, or eating out. So the best way to get started is to track your expenses. For a few weeks, write down every single thing you spend money on, from your morning coffee to that extra snack at the store. This will give you a clear picture of your spending habits and show you where you might be overspending. As Dave Ramsey once said, a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Once you have all your spending tracked, review it honestly and ask yourself, are there areas where I need to cut back? Are there expenses I can reduce or even eliminate? This is where real numbers make all the difference. By knowing exactly where your money is going, you can make informed choices and start making small but impactful changes. Tip 2. Give every dollar a job. The next tip on how to start budgeting for beginners with little income is to give every dollar a job. This means budgeting all the way down to zero. Every dollar you earn should have a specific purpose, whether it's covering expenses, paying off debt, or adding to your savings. When your fixed expenses, debt payments, and savings have all been handled, if there's still money left over, make sure you assign it a job. This way, it won't just disappear without a trace. For example, you could add it to your emergency fund, boost your retirement savings, or even give yourself a little extra for something fun. As Warren Buffett famously said, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Giving every dollar a purpose helps you avoid mindless spending and keeps you in control. It's your budget, so you get to decide where each dollar goes. Tip 3. Set goals for your money. Now, the third tip is to set goals for your money. You need to have clear financial goals if you want your budget to work for you. Take some time to write down what you want to achieve with your money. Your goals should be realistic and flexible because life happens. Maybe your income changes or an unexpected expense comes up. That's okay. Just remember to adjust your goals accordingly. This will keep you motivated and help you stay on track. Think of it like planning a road trip. If you don't know where you're going, you're likely to get lost. Your financial goals are like your destination, and your budget is the roadmap to get you there. Review your goals whenever things change, like if you get a raise or pay off a debt, and keep them in mind when making spending decisions. Remember what Tony Robbins said, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. Your goals will guide your budget and keep you focused on what truly matters to you. Tip 4. Separate wants versus needs. Our fourth tip on how to start budgeting for beginners with a little income is to separate wants from needs. When you're working on your budget, it's crucial to know the difference between what you need and what you simply want. Needs are things like rent, groceries, and bills, things that are essential for living. Wants, on the other hand, are things that make life more enjoyable but aren't absolutely necessary, like eating out, buying the latest gadgets, or getting that fancy coffee every morning. It can be tough to look at your spending and be honest about what's really a need versus what's a want. But doing this is an important step to avoid overspending and accumulating unnecessary debt. Ask yourself questions like, do I really need this, or can I live without it? Is there a cheaper alternative that would still make me happy? What if I put that money towards something more important, like paying off debt or saving for the future? Tip 5. Plan for irregular expenses. The fifth tip on how to start budgeting for beginners with little income is to plan for irregular expenses. These are the expenses that only come up once in a while, but they can really throw your budget off track if you aren't prepared for them. One way to handle irregular expenses is to set up a separate savings account just for these kinds of costs. Each time you get paid, put a little bit into this account so that when those expenses come up, you have the money ready and don't need to rely on credit cards or other funds meant for something else. Think of it like building a safety net for all those unexpected but expected expenses. By doing this, you're being proactive instead of reactive, which is always a better position to be in. Having a plan for irregular expenses makes budgeting easier and less stressful. As Benjamin Franklin once said, "By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail." By setting aside a little each month for these expenses, you are preparing yourself for whatever comes your way without derailing your entire budget. Tip 6. Create an emergency fund or buffer in your budget. The sixth tip is to create an emergency fund or a buffer in your budget. Emergencies are bound to happen, we just don't know when. It could be a medical issue, a sudden car problem, or something else entirely. By having an emergency fund, you can deal with these surprises without causing a financial crisis. Start by putting a small amount aside every pay period into a separate savings account. You don't need to save a huge amount all at once. Just set a goal that feels achievable, like $600, and work towards it over time. The goal is to have something set aside so that an emergency doesn't turn into a major financial setback. As you continue building this fund, you'll feel more secure knowing you're prepared for life's surprises. As the motivational speaker Zig Ziglar said, success occurs when opportunity meets preparation. Your emergency fund is part of that preparation, making sure that unexpected events are just inconveniences, not disasters. Tip 7. Stop using credit and make debt repayment a priority. The seventh tip is to stop using credit and make debt repayment a priority. If you've built a solid budget, you should be able to reduce or even eliminate your reliance on credit cards. The goal here is to get rid of debt as quickly as possible so that your money can go towards your future, not to interest payments. Make sure that debt repayment is part of your budget. Focus on paying off high-interest debts first, because those are the ones costing you the most money. By reducing your debt, you're not just saving money on interest, you're also freeing up more of your income for other things that matter to you. As Mark Cuban once said, pay off your debt first. Freedom from debt is worth more than any amount you can earn. Reducing debt brings you closer to financial freedom and takes away the burden of monthly interest payments. Remember, every dollar that doesn't go to interest is a dollar that stays in your pocket, and that's what budgeting is all about. Keeping more of your money and building a future you can be proud of. Tip 8. Monitor and adjust your electricity use. The eighth tip is to monitor and adjust your electricity use. This might seem like a small thing, but energy costs can add up quickly, and cutting back on electricity usage can make a real difference in your budget. Many electric companies offer free tools to assess your home energy use and provide tips to help you save money. For instance, switching to a time of use plan can help lower your bill if you change when you use energy-hungry appliances like your clothes dryer or dishwasher. Running these during off-peak hours can save you quite a bit. Take some time to look around your home and identify ways to reduce energy consumption. Turn off lights when you leave a room. Unplug electronics that aren't being used. And try using energy-efficient light bulbs. As Thomas Edison once said, "The value of an idea lies in the using of it. By being mindful of how you use electricity, you can make a tangible impact on your budget." Tip 9. Try doing it yourself before paying a pro. The 9th tip is to try doing it yourself before paying a pro. Some tasks are definitely better left to professionals, especially if they're dangerous or beyond your skill level. But many everyday repairs are surprisingly simple and can save you a lot of money if you do them yourself. Next time something breaks, whether it's a leaky faucet or a minor car issue, do some research and see if it's something you can handle yourself. There are countless online videos that walk you through how to fix things step by step. Learning to do basic tasks yourself can add up to significant savings over time. As the famous DIY advocate Amy Poehler once joked, "I think everybody should have to learn to change their own oil and fix a leaky sink." Even if you're not a natural handyman, starting with small fixes can boost your confidence and keep more money in your pocket. Tip 10. Review and adjust your budget regularly. The final tip on how to start budgeting for beginners with little income is to review and adjust your budget regularly. John C. Maxwell once said, "A budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went." By reviewing your budget regularly, you ensure that your spending aligns with your goals and you stay on track towards financial freedom. A budget is not a one-and-done deal. It's a living, breathing plan that should evolve with your life. As your income changes or expenses fluctuate, you need to adjust your budget to make sure it still works for you. Set a reminder to review your budget each month when you're just starting out. After a few months, you can shift to reviewing it every 3 months. This helps you stay on top of any changes, like an increase in rent, insurance costs, or even new financial goals you've set for yourself. And that were the top 10 tips on how to start budgeting for beginners with little income. We hope these practical tips will help you take control of your finances and make budgeting a manageable, positive part of your life. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future content filled with more tips and tricks for financial wellness. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy budgeting!